everybody, and welcome into the weekly Warrior Preview. Jerry, it has been a crazy week for all of us. That's about how the city of Alabaster feels at this point.
Unbelievable. I mean, we could do this show, Donette, for the next 4 or 5 hours, and we couldn't cover it all. It's just been the most incredible win, the most incredible game, the most incredible series of plays, which I want to talk about here in just a little bit. But yeah, just been wild.
It really has. We're going to kind of recap that game, look at some of the key plays. Plus, every member of that team played a key part in that. But we're going to talk to two guys that stood out a lot, Corbin Williams and Trevor Hardy, and have so much more. But first, a quick break.
Gym Time in Alabaster is open 24/7. They have personal training, group exercise, a smoothie bar, and any weight equipment you can need. Plus, they have tanning beds. Visit them at gymtime.fitness. Your gym, your fitness, your time. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now, but one thing I'm sure of is the expertise of the Envirosol team. Envirosol offers custom commercial cleaning and germ remediation services for residential and commercial customers. They guarantee excellent service every time. Call today, 205-229-7650, or visit them at mynvirosol.com. Mainline Heating and Air Conditioning has been providing quality products since 1989. They love giving back to the community, and they service all of the greater Birmingham area. Call them today or go to mainlineheating.com.
Serenity Salon and Spa in Helena offers hair services for men and women, facials, makeup application, and waxing. Book an appointment at serenity-salonandspa.com or call 205-624-2030. Visit them at 123 Ace Place in Helena.
We're watching the Weekly Warrior Preview. Go Warriors!
Welcome back to the weekly Warrior Preview. And Jerry, I know we've talked about it. The fans have said it. We were all guilty thinking this game was done, especially when you see Auburn take 3 knees. It just feels like, okay, this is it. You know, we were apologizing. We were saying thank you to everybody, watching the players hug and cry on the sidelines.
We were hugging and crying in the press box. What are you talking about?
I know, and then one play.
You know, I've been asked this so many times, and I was thanking people who had supported us throughout the year, and all of a sudden, Corbin Williams blocks the punt, and it was like, wait a minute. This can't be happening, but it did, and we wanted to talk to him, so here you go, folks. Here's Corbin Williams.
All right, welcome back in, folks, to this interview. You know, I requested this interview because Corbin Williams right here changed numbers before the game for the championship game, and I've been saying Amari Bolden, of course, this is the man that blocked the punt and ran it back in, the most spectacular play that, gave us a chance to win it, and I called his name wrong. I said Amari Bolden, but we fixed all that on film, but I want to apologize personally, but welcome in.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about Corbin. What were you thinking? I noticed you were creeping up from the right side.
Yes, sir.
Did you see a gap? Tell everybody what was happening.
I really didn't see a gap. It was really like everybody down, so just at least do something to try to give us something to bring us back up, bring us to life.
Okay, so when did anybody try to block you, or did you bounce off of somebody? How'd you get back there?
I think it was Jackson, Woody. They took 2 men with them, so I just ran right off of them and I just blocked the punt. All
right, so you get up there, the punter's got the ball. You knew he was a slow punter. I understand that we had scouted him and knew that he had a little bit of he wasn't getting rid of the ball quick. So obviously you knew that the punt that he puts the ball on his toe. Did you know you had it blocked then, or what? When did you know you had it?
I knew that I was gonna block it when he took so long because he kind of walked into it when instead he could have just punted the ball as soon as he got it. So I just knew I was gonna block it, but I didn't know I was gonna get the ball back.
Well, that's the second part of this amazing story. Is not only did you block the punt, but you were able to recover the ball and get to it. You never thought about falling on it because obviously if you'd have fell on it, we'd still be in trouble.
Right.
You had to pick it up. Did you know that at that time?
I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay.
I was just like, when I saw the ball right there,
Right.
I didn't see nobody right there, so I was like, all right, come on, let's go.
So you automatically, you never, at any time in your mind, were you just going to fall on it, or did you say, no, I got to pick it
I
up?
had to pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then you got an escort across the goal line, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Talk about your teammates just a little bit. I was so excited. I was stunned and excited at the same time, but I know you ran across the end zone back toward the team. What was everybody telling you?
They was just really telling me thank you. I was saying thank y'all, because without them, we wouldn't even be in the state championship. It takes a team to do one thing here. So, I mean, we're family here, so everybody gets their part.
All right, buddy. Well, he's just a sophomore, folks, so I got 2 more years. I'm going to make it up to you. I brought this to say it was my fault. I was given the new numbers, but I think that's about the only one different on the roster. But buddy, congratulations. What a moment.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, obviously, Donette, I need to apologize because I got Corbin's number wrong, but he put on a jersey and wore all year, so that's the way it goes. But, just a fantastic young man, and it's just so blessed to have him on the show.
Absolutely, and it just shows you that no matter what position you're on that team, it's an important role. And you hear sometimes that kickers kind of get a little bit of downside, but not in this case. So when we come back, we're going to talk to Trevor Hardy about that game-winning kick.
Showcase your personal style at LJ's Retail Therapy. Shop their selection of clothing, shoes, gifts, and accessories in-store and online. Visit them on Highway 119, 7 days a week in Alabaster beside Publix, or at ljsretailtherapy.com.
Drone Tech specializes in drone models, customization, training, and maintenance with the industry-leading Drone Deploy software to provide professional, quality results. For more details, visit Michael Golden and the team at drone-tech.net or call 205-895-5099 and give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram.
Shelby Fence Company is a local family-owned business serving Shelby County and surrounding areas since 1989. You can count on our team of highly experienced installers to give you quality products, expert installation, and friendly customer service. For your next fence project, remember Shelby Fence Company in Alabaster.
The Sassy Shopper has moved to a brand new location. New apparel, gifts, jewelry, pampering, and much more. Go check them out, 224 Kentstone Boulevard behind Starbucks.
Well, obviously, Trevor Hardy and I are going to be linked at the hip for the rest of our life because he'll be the one always kicking it. I guess, the call will get replayed so much, so it's... I told him I just wanted to adopt him.
It's so funny. I was sitting in the stands because of COVID. I couldn't be on the sidelines for the coverage of this game, which was good in a way because I got to sit next to my family.
Right.
And I was telling my son right for that kick, I was like, oh my gosh, everything is on this kick. Can you imagine that pressure? And my son's like, no. And then he made it. And so I had to talk to Trevor to find out just what was going through his mind in that whole play. Trevor, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's kind of been a crazy week. Do you think you've come off that high just yet?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I've calmed down. Like the first day after the game, I calmed down a little bit. I just had to get humble about it. Thank God about it.
I want to know, what was that next day like? Even that ride on the bus back home, what was that like?
It was like, I was just thanking God, honestly, because it's like crazy. Like nobody would have thought we would have did that. It's like crazy what miracles he does.
It is, and I'm one of those people that was guilty of it. I'm watching Auburn take a knee, and I'm thinking, this is it, and I'm seeing you guys on the sidelines hug and kind of get emotional, and I was getting emotional thinking, this is how the season's going to end. And going to that game, you set that onside kick up perfectly. I mean, it could not have been more textbook style. When that happened, at that point, did you think, we got a shot?
Yes, ma'am. As soon as I seen Gavin get it, I knew we were going to win the game after that. After that, I knew we were going to get it.
You knew that was it?
Yes, ma'am.
So I saw some interviews that you've done, and one thing you wrote, you said that short-term memory had to come into play because you did have a missed kick early on.
Yes, ma'am.
And as a kicker, let's talk about that. When you have that missed one, getting refocused in that game, how's that work for you?
It's just like next snap, like next play, you got to focus on the next play. Because if you focus on the last play, it's going to mess you up and you're going to keep on thinking about messing up. You just got to play football.
You definitely had that short-term memory come in to forget that kick to have that one play. You know, I told Jerry earlier, you know, because of COVID, I was on the sidelines, so I was in the stands with my family, and I'm watching my sons think, oh my gosh, there's so much pressure on him. But that's with kickers everywhere. How do you practice for that kind of pressure and those kind of intense moments? Because it does come down sometimes to you guys on winning a game like it did last week.
Yes, ma'am. Well, in practice, like all the time, we practice like intense moments like that, end of game situations. Everybody like screaming in my ear, and I have to make the kick. So I was pretty used to like moments like that.
So now what's next for you? Now the championship's done. Do you move on to next season? How does this work for you on your schedule, and what's next?
Well, now it's just like time to work, put the work in now and then for next year, and get another ring.
And you're a junior coming back.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll have Connor coming back.
Yes, ma'am.
And everybody else. I mean, I think that junior class is really strong, and I keep asking about that bond you guys have, and I know it's kind of built for a while. What do you think is something you guys are going to have on that field that other teams won't have next year?
Brotherhood, like everybody knows we got each other back through thick and thin. Like even if somebody not cool, like outside of football, on the football field is my brother.
Now you did have a quarterback swap coming in that second half.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know, I go back to 2 years ago when you guys were there, and the quarterback changed and the team fell apart a little bit. Came to the trust. How is it different this year?
It was different this year. Well, Trey, when he came in, everybody had confidence in Trey. Trey's like a very versatile player. He's like leader of the team. So like everybody had confidence in Trey. Like we still thought we were gonna win. It's like we just couldn't. You know what I mean?
You just knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
That's one thing, you know, Jerry and I were talking about, we had the quarterback change. I was like, here's a team that it doesn't matter who's leading them. They have to know the talent's there.
Yes,
you guys have the talent and the skill set to do it. Unbelievable kick by you. I know it was on SportsCenter. That's how I want to end this. When you saw that your kick was on SportsCenter as a high school junior, I want to know, what was that moment like?
I was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Because my friend Elijah, he had texted me, he was like, you're on SportsCenter. I was like, what? I was like, what? And then I had to watch it, you know. It was like, I was like really happy.
There are pro athletes that never get on SportsCenter.
Yes, ma'am. I had like some college kickers texting me saying, good job, bro. Like, I was real like happy that I felt good about myself.
I would too. For them to take the time to text you and say that, that's amazing. Hey, big things ahead for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
No problem.
Thanks again to Trevor for joining us on the Weekly Warrior Preview. You know, Jerry, we come out of halftime, and I'm coming down and I see Trey Roberson's mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is exciting. She's like, I'm really nervous here.
I know.
But that team delivered.
You know, I got to go over the game a little bit and talk about some of the key plays. First of all, there's a couple of touchdowns kind of getting overlooked. One is Ryan Pippins, who made a fantastic play in the end zone on the first touchdown. Another one was the fact that Trey Roberson actually caught a touchdown pass, and that was one of the harder ones to catch because you're so wide open. You're going through your mind like, oh my gosh, all I got to do is catch it and run, and sometimes that's the hardest ones to catch. But Connor Harrell threw that touchdown pass with a broke shoulder. It's just unbelievable to me that he did that.
So I talked to his mom. His mom said he had his surgery. He's recovering well, and she said he doesn't. They're not sure he knew how bad the injury was right away.
Yeah.
That's why he kept playing. And that happens a lot with athletes. You got the adrenaline going, you're injured, but you don't realize the extent of the injury, and you just want to stay in that game and lead your team.
That's right. And then at the half, of course, you know, they had scored 14 points in the second quarter. So, you know, we're close at halftime, and I know, you know, Coach Freeman told me some of the stuff that he said at halftime. We're going to go over some of that later too. But just to run down the scoring drives, Pippins caught the 16-yard pass, and then Roberson's pass was 57 yards, so two big plays there. And then, of course, Ryan Pippins comes back with the run, and so that was another touchdown. And then I'm getting to Corbin Williams again. That block was absolutely incredible. Obviously, it changed everything. And then for Trevor to have that pressure, like you said, he was actually had tears in his eyes before before he came back on. They were like upset they were losing. He said, I had to wipe the tears out of my eyes to go back on the field to try to kick the ball. So, you know, the emotions were just incredible. And then, of course, the series of events at the end of the game that led up to it, it wasn't just a miracle, folks. It was like 7 miracles that happened in succession that brought this game to be, the greatest finish in a high school football game ever across the country.
And it's not exaggerating with that. It was a play on Sports Center. Coach Nick Saban put out a statement, to the team about it. It's gotten attention around the world because it is something that you don't see happen a lot of times, especially with young high school teams, because I don't want to say they give up, but a lot of times when they see the game ending that way, they think we're done.
Yeah.
And so this team pulled together, refocused, did what they had to do, and saw it through to the end.
And Donette, one other thing, our coaching staff never quit coaching.
No, they didn't.
I mean, they're out there, Auburn's out there taking a knee, and you look at our coaching staff, the photos of it, the film of it, the headsets are on, they're coaching, they're doing everything. They never, ever once stop coaching, and that's really what won us the game.
Absolutely. It just kind of shows you the kind of men that Coach Freeman has on his staff and has brought here at Thompson. We went over the key guys in this game, but we've had key players all season. One of those guys, J.B. Mitchell, and he got a big award this week. He is going to be on Alabama All-Star. Got his jersey. Freeman would hand it to him, so that's a big honor for him.
Most famous pass interference call in the world. JB, and what a great year he's had as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Freeman's coaching staff. Coach Freeman also got a big honor this week.
Yeah, Coach of the Year, of course. I mean, who else? I made this statement on social media, and I'm going to make it right here. Coach Mark Freeman is the best football coach in the state of Alabama at any level, and I challenge anybody to tell me any different. He's a great guy, of course, we all know that. He's a great football coach.
He is, and I've said this before, yes, winning is important in sports, but to be a great coach like that, it's not about the wins behind you. It's about the impact you're making on these athletes. And these guys love him. I talked to Freeman's wife, and she was mentioning how she's walked in before, and he's been on the phone with one former player, texting another, and another one trying to FaceTime on her phone to talk to him. So these guys are connected to him, and he makes an impact that lasts forever on these guys.
He does. There's not enough great words we can say about him and this team and this season. And, it's just been a phenomenal experience is the only way I can put it.
It really has. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to play the play that has Jerry losing his voice once again. You're watching the Weekly Warrior Preview.
Looking for amazing family dentistry in Alabaster? Doctors Albritton and Artavino strive to stay up to date on the latest techniques in dentistry and materials to help provide the best treatment available. From cleanings to same-day crowns and even whitening, Albritton and Artavino Family Dentistry is here to serve all your dental needs.
Go Warriors!
Brooklear Pharmacy on Highway 119 is a full-service pharmacy that provides top-quality products and hometown service at competitive prices. The Brooklear family has been in business for more than 50 years and is proud to be a part of Alabaster.
Go Warriors!
For quality pest control service from an experienced and reliable company, Mr. Bugs offers residential and commercial pest and termite control service. And we can even take care of your lawn. Mr. Bugs Pest Patrol, 205-663-1919.
Hey everybody, I'm Seth Hagen and welcome to the Warrior Scouting Report. It was a big week as far as the football championship, but also for recruiting across Thompson Athletics. We're going to start with volleyball as seniors Kelsey Tangle and Sophie Bearden have chosen where they're going to play at the next level. Kelsey is committed to the United States Coast Guard Academy while Sophie is committed to Young Harris College. These young ladies are part of a senior class that's built the volleyball program into a Final Four contender, so we want to congratulate them on their decision. Grant Hopkins, starting point guard for our boys basketball team, has picked up 2 recent scholarship offers, the first being to Berry College and then an offer from Navy just last week. And before you know it, softball and baseball season will be here, and we have a couple of commitments as well, as softball outfielder Kaylee Cannon has committed to the University of Mobile, while shortstop Logan Braunschweig will join the Blazers at UAB. And congratulations to these student athletes as well. Moving to football, William Penn University is coming after a couple of our offensive linemen, as Anthony Butler and Anthony Kilburn have both been offered by the Statesman. Quarterback Cade Golden continues a good year, picking up offers from Norwich and Clark University, and also some big news as Army commit Trey Roberson has opened up his recruitment back up, saying that Army is still in consideration. Lastly, I want to recognize some of the big achievements from the football team's championship year. Connor Harrell passed Sawyer Pate's record for passing touchdowns, hitting Trey Roberson before halftime of the championship game for his 42nd passing touchdown of the year. He also had 2 1,000-yard receivers in J.B. Mitchell and Ryan Pepins. J.B. Mitchell moved to second all-time in Thompson history in single-season receiving yardage with 1,232 yards in the year to lead Class 7A. Ryan Pepins led all of 7A with 18 total touchdowns. On defense, Jeremiah Alexander broke his own record of 25 tackles for loss and piled up 30 on the year to go with 9 sacks. Congratulations to all of our players. Big achievements this year and obviously a second straight championship ring.
Welcome back in, everyone, to the Weekly Warrior Preview. You know, Donette, right here before we close the show out, we talk about our sponsors all year. But, folks, let me tell you something. Without these people, we couldn't do what we do. These kids would not be promoted and put out there for you to see and get to know. And so make it a point to look at our sponsors. Make it a point, even if you don't need to buy something they're selling, how about dropping by and thanking them for, or giving them a call or an email, just thanking them for supporting Thompson Athletics.
Absolutely. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying with us all season long. Before we go, we want to leave you with that play of the century.
It's looking bleak. Tough game right here, man. Stop the phone, everybody.
Wait a minute. With 18 seconds to go, we blocked the punt and run it in for a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
That's Amari Bolden with the play of the game. It bounces, goes up in the air. We got it! We got it at the 45-yard line with 18 seconds to go.
Stop everything, everybody. Thompson's got one more shot.
Quickly, pump fake, going for it all to J.B. Mitchell, incomplete in the end zone.
Got a flag.
And got a flag in the end zone with 4 seconds to go. We're going to have a shot at a field goal. It's on the way. It's high enough. It's long enough. It's good.
Oh, my goodness.
It's good. They win it. They win it. They win it. Thompson is the 7A state champs. Are you